the U.S. skilled a recording year of losses of fires, hurricanes, and some weather-associated disasters in 2017, onto the U.S. Domestic Ocean and Air Authority, NOAA. Full losses amounted to $306 bn, the agent told, above $90 bn more than rather than the early recording set in 2005. Recent year saw 16 individual events in losses excess $1 bn, consisting Hurricanes Harvey and Irma. NOAA affirmed how 2017 was the tertiary warmest year on recording for the U.S. Recent year observed 2 Class 4 hurricanes do landslide in the state. NOAA says the full expenses of the Harvey occasion were $125 bn, that is other just to Storm Katrina in regulation of expenses above the 38-year the recording has been kept. Storm Irma was a Class 5 tempest for the longest time on recording. Rainfall gauges in Nederland, Texas, written 1,539 mm, the greatest always written for a solitary occasion in the continent U.S. Hurricanes Irma and Maria priced $50 bn and $90 bn accordingly. As hurricanes, down there were destructive fires in West State, especially in California. Recent winter and springtime saw hard rainfall in the area, how alleviated a length-term dry spell. The resultant boomers in Florida created plentiful fire gas. Fires in both of the polar and southward of California intended hundreds of thousands of residents had to be vacuumized of their homes. The paper of NOAA says how through the U.S., the common price of these fires was $18 bn, treble the early fire price recording. NOAA affirmed how in common heat regulation, it was the tertiary warmest year in the U.S. with accounting records began in 1895, over 2012 and 2016. In the general image the heating of same U.S. above the length period is associated to the greater scope heating we include seen on the world scope, told Deke Arndt, head of NOAA's tracking chapter. Same U.S. will include a lot more than year-to-year variation so how it reflected up and downward depending on predominant weather regimes. But the length period alarm is connected in length period heating. The East U.S. has been testing an excess common cold click guideline several, such as U.S. CEO Donald Trump card, to request the effect of world heating. In the East, it could be the coldest New Year's Eve on recording. Maybe we could use a slight bit of how nice old world heating how our nation, but not some countries, was departure to pay trillions of dollars to defend versus pack up. Yet, NOAA scientists were fast to spot out how common cold magical do happen though if the common heat tendency is growing. We do dwell in a heating planet but we yet include really common cold poles and we yet include the identical weather system how drag common cold air off of such poles and downward to wherever we dwell, told Deke Arndt. We are yet departure to see dark blue blobs on the card, but while they ordinary out in the pinks and red how we see above the year, we end up vision acute hot year. Onto such figures, 2017 was the warmest year on recording out of the impact of the El Niño weather event. The calculating was obtained of millions of observational data of Earth, sea and area, combination in model. Temperature in largest regions of the planet were over the 1981 to 2010 ordinary, particularly in the Arctic. On the Isle of Svalbard, the town of Longyearbyen often skilled indicate monthly average temperature more than rather than 6 degrees C over the length term mark. Down there are normally several little differences among the datasets detained by the various domestic bodies relying mostly on their scope of the Arctic regions and in their estimates of ocean surface heat.